Hey guys, and welcome to the 10 at 10. Today's the 10 at 10 for July 23rd of 2026. All these trees we're talking about 10 of the 20 trees getting listed today on MrMaple.com at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a secret other 10. You can sign up for an email, get to know those trees ahead of time. Again, all the trees get listed at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Sean, what do we have starting out today?
Acer, Ceobolianum, Iceman, starting out with some superpowers. I love this. You guys introduced the Heat Seeker series for people in those hot zones. Well, guess what? Coming out with the ones for those cold zones, all the way down to zone 4.
Guys, I love Acer Pseudosubuldianums. They're some of the best fall colors. These were seedlings that Talon Buchholz sent us when he decided he was going to start selling his nursery. We started evaluating them. And guys, there's some amazing seedlings that we're going to have coming out through some of our cold series. Iceman, one of the first ones getting dropped of our super cold tolerant types down to zone 4. That's negative 30 degrees. You don't have to be in a cold zone to appreciate these. These go through zones 4 through 9. So they're, they do well, just like our other Japanese maples in zones 5 through 9 as well. Amazing fall colors though. 8 to 10 foot in 10 years. Yellows, oranges, and reds all at the same times. Guys, Iceman dropping for the very second time. We dropped it once earlier this year on Mr. Maple. This is the second time it's getting dropped. Grab you one of these Icemans. This is a cool selection.
Get you one today.
Now, guys, we've got an open house coming up. That's going to be on Labor Day itself. That's the Monday, Labor Day, September, here at Mr. Maple from 8 to 4. We'd love to have you. Lots of cool plants, tons of people. You can go shop a lot of these 1 gallons we've got here. And we've got some great larger sizes, some 10 gallons, some 20 gallons. A lot of larger sizes you can shop in person as well.
Okay, guys, next we're coming to you with Acer Palmatum Benny Meku. Man, this tree here, what I love about this in the landscape is you can use this for those colors in the landscape, and you can time them and use them for that performance through the season. Because spring, man, you're going to get an awesome, probably one of the brightest reds for spring, and then as it goes to that darker or more to that green during the summers, but then you return to a magnificent red fall color again.
People often ask me, what's the difference between Benny Mako and Shinda Sojo? There is quite a bit difference. With Benny Mako, we're talking about a tree 8 to 10 foot in height by about 8 to 10 foot in width in 10 years. Almost getting as equally as tall as it is wide. Shinda Sojo, much more vigorous and more of a tree form. So think about something that's going to have more of a shape like your traditional Bloodgood or Emperor One. Much smaller for the landscape though is Benny Mako. And the intense spring colors on this are just intense shades of bright red. The reds shades are a little bit different as well when you compare them side by side, but they give you that intense flash in the spring. It's almost like a flowering on the leaves, and then you get the change of the seasons, how you get this nice shade of green. You start to get some red new growth popping across during the summer, and intense red again in the fall.
And some great sizes available today. Don't miss out. Okay, guys, coming up next, we have Acer Palmatum Okushimo. Man, I need to get one of these to put in my Shishi family. I think this would fit so well. This is on that upright side with that V shape, so it would fit that kind of with the Shishi family. But then that characteristic of those curling leaves, I think would contrast, fit that type of garden really well.
Kurna Jishi, I'm sorry, not Kurna Jishi, I was thinking Kurna, I was thinking about Kuro Jishi. Okushimo is a beautiful classic selection. Like you're talking about, one of the reasons why you start to think of like that Shishigashira lion's head type family, because it provides a lot of texture in the landscape. And provides this texture in a unique way. Where Shishigashira, you start to get these twists in the leaves like this. Okushimo is kind of like reverse Peve starfish. And the fact that it curls upward. I think this would be a fun tree to pair with Peve starfish because you start to play off of textures where Peve starfish cups downward, looks like a starfish. This one curls upward into like a cylindrical shape for each lobe of the leaf, giving you a very unique texture out there. To a novice, you may think that this tree needs water, but when you actually start to appreciate this, the texture provides out in the landscape, this quickly becomes a tree that everybody's after. It looks almost like little paper cranes out there when you really start to look at it. I love this unique textures that some of these Japanese maples can provide. And the fall colors on Okushimo too are a bold orange. One of the best oranges you can have in the fall. So I think this is a classic that more people need to have. A lot of older Japanese maple collections have this selection because this is a quintessential tree in the piece of a collection of a Japanese maple garden. I think a lot of newer collections that people started off with things like Strawberry Spring and Nebula, they're probably lacking on this classic cultivar. It's one they definitely need.
Okushimo.
Y'all, next up, we've got some, these are probably medium grafts. I mean, they're probably somewhere around 4 to 6 inches of Acer palmatum Scarlet Princess.
Man, so we're talking about a true lace leaf witch's broom from Crimson Queen. Man, I just love it because you get that very, I mean, the colors are different. Don't get me wrong. Those reds are different than a Crimson Queen, but you get that more condensed, tight, smaller shape in a lace leaf. Great for containers, great for those small spots in the garden. Just a great tree. And I know people are always on the hunt for that lace leaf witch's broom that's not going to die on you. And this is one that's not going to die on you.
I love Scarlet Princess. It was found by Tom and Nancy Ash. We were one of the first nurseries to be able to offer it. We had Tom come speak at a Mapleside meeting here in Asheville where he talked about pruning lace leaves. Chris Jewell, who we've had featured on our channel, learned from Tom and Nancy Ash and really started to modify his technique. And he changed a few things up, but he learned his technique from them. You can go check out our video on how to prune a lace leaf Japanese maple to sort of see those fun techniques that Tom and Nancy sort of started. This was found by them, likely, I'm guessing, when they were going out to prune a Crimson Queen, just as a dwarf mutation. It was found on the coast of North Carolina. They have some unique strategies on growing Japanese maples out there. While they're dealing with sand and heavy drainage, they also think that, they've told me that varieties like Butterfly and Crimson Queen can handle more sunlight than expected if given more water. But they're also in a situation where they drain so heavily. So it's very unique growing conditions out there. But this was a mutation on that Crimson Queen that has a little bit brighter, more picked up colors. As the name Scarlet Princess suggests, it turns to some bright scarlet reds in the fall. But in the springtime, you can get some intense reds that I haven't seen on Crimson Queen. It's got a unique shape where it can sometimes arch upward and then sort of create almost like a weeping ball shape. Very unusual and different for a lace leaf Japanese maple. One of the slowest growing lace leaf trees on the market today. And
you know, right now, in the situation it is right now with these colors, man, can we add this to almost reticulated? Because I could see that green veining is just standing out with that darker red lace leaf on top of it. Just a beautiful tree.
The two-tone effect is really nice. Speaking of different tones of colors, we've got a tree that's got a lot of colors on it now. One of the flashiest trees you can have in your garden. If you don't like flash, you don't like variegation, you don't like flare, turn your eyes away, because this is Acer palmatum Lillian's Jewel. It's one of the most beautiful and spectacular trees. So much so, people have ripped it off and called it extravaganza in Europe. Guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful 8 to 10 footer with a nice semi-pendulous nature, upright and then semi-pendulous. The multicolored effect from pinks to reds to whites to start to get some greens in it is one of the most spectacular colors, multitudes of colors you can have in any maple.
I mean, okay, variegation, swirling. I mean, this tree has it all, especially if you like that splash. This tree has it all. But I can't think of this tree without every time a picture or video of the Lillian Jewels out there at the Buckles farm gets shown, people go nuts over this tree. And now is your chance to add that type of same tree into your own landscape. And these are some great sizes. But man, I mean, like this tree, we're already end of July, and this tree is still showing pinks. It's still showing that white. Still has that red in it. Absolutely gorgeous. A summer entertainer for sure.
Guys, you're gonna need to grab one of these. This is, if you don't have this, I'm sure if you don't have this, you need this. If your neighbor doesn't have this, they need this. If you're looking for a gift for your neighbor, for your mom, for anyone, guys, this is an amazing gift for somebody that they can just enjoy the beauty as it grows out there in the garden. Guys, next up we've got Acer palmatum Peve multicolor. When I first got this, it was multicolor because they spelled color the way they do in Europe with a O-U-R. It's a selection by Piet Vergelt that is pretty spectacular. Right now in our greenhouses, they're pretty green. But if you put this tree outside, there are years where this thing can just be white with flashes of green across it and some pinks in the early spring that are just simply crazy. It's one of the most crazy, spectacular spring interest trees. But think of it as something like Ukigumo, where it's going to be a great Japanese maple out there with good fall color, and in some years you're going to get just some amazing variegation across this that are spectacular.
Yeah, you talk about this one, like you say, Ukigumo, but when this is in its full splendor, there's not many other trees that even come close to the different amounts of color going on. Those pinks you talk about, those whites, and then sometimes that kind of like that staggering variegation in it, man. And then some great sizes on these. Look at that. That is ready for the landscape. But yeah, this is a special one. You don't want to miss out on this one. Beautiful tree. Beautiful. You know, I mean, what else can you say about it? There's not anything else out there that really even comes close to it.
Guys, grab your Peve multicolor today. All right, so y'all, next up we have Acer palmatum red spider.
Man, strap leaf. I am more and more getting into these. I love them. This red spider right here, this is one that in spring, when it leaves out, you can go into any greenhouse and it just stands out. You know, it could be up against other different trees and you're gonna see immediately. What I really like about this though is that the way the habit that it grows is that, unlike some of the other strap leaves, it's a upright tree, but then those leaves kind of get more pendulous and hang down, which gives a different type of texture in the garden.
Yeah, it definitely gives a different texture for a red strap leaf. Now, one of the things that I thought was interesting is when we had In the Garden with Bryce Lane here, and he was looking at red lunar lobums, and he was like, to a novice, to somebody who doesn't know gardening, this gives the same effect as a red lace leaf. It gives a soft feel to an upright tree. And I thought that was an interesting approach because, you know, I think about these in terms of how, you know, meticulous I look at the leaf structure and say, you know, it's not quite divided, but it gives an open, area-like feel and something to the kin of the shape of something like Cereus, but with red lunar lobum leaves, especially the way this leaf presents, like you were mentioning. Guys, good cherry red color in the spring, some great fire engine red to yellows to oranges in the fall. Red spider can give it all out there in the garden.
Get you one today.
Now, if you don't know anything about us here at Mr. Maple, we put out daily content here on the Mr. Maple Show. And you like and subscribe, all that content's free. We do have a Mr. Maple Insiders Club where we do a special video for you extra tree geeks out there. If you're a tree geek like us, you can subscribe as a Mr. Maple Insider and get some of the super exclusive content where we put out one video a month that is just something fun and spectacular. Some of the videos that I shot when I was on my last trip at Buckholz for some of our insider content were unique witches brooms and sports that we found at Buckholz Nursery. Things you've never seen before. I went and shot some exclusive on some graphs of some really cool Japanese maples that we have coming on at Buckholz Nursery. Again, some new and super exclusive content. Another video was some updated on some of our Makawa types, plantings in the ground at Buckholz. And I think I even shot a special look at some of the seedlings that we have coming on at Buckholz. So some really extra tree geek stuff. If you like that type of content, make sure you subscribe. Matt shot some videos too. That's just some of the videos that I shot for the insiders. Y'all, if you're interested, we'd really appreciate if you subscribe. All of our stuff from our eBay, mrmaple.com/eBay, and our YouTube channel go into helping provide benefits for our employees here at Mr. Maple. We put that in one account, and that allows us to be able to help cover health insurance, especially as we've grown so much this past year and added new employees. A lot of those employees have added health insurance as well. So we appreciate you supporting our small family business as we do that. Sean, what do we have next?
We have Acer Shirasawanum Sensei. I mean, first off, you look at it and you're like, okay, we're looking at a lace leaf, but this is an Acer Shirasawanum. A lot of times we think of palmatum with these, but being that Shirasawanum, man, those lace leaves, they're so serrated, but they're big leaves. They're big leaves for a lace leaf, which I just think is really awesome. And then the pendulous weeping habit on it just takes it to a next level.
I actually covered this in one of my planting videos at Buckholz because you get to see the original Sensei in the ground on the very end of the video. But it has some intense colors to it too when you have it out with some sunlight. Get some nice shades of red in there. Reminds you of something like Kawaii, but is easier to grow. Guys, Sensei, really cool weeping lace leaf, Shirasawanum. And again, it's much easier to grow than something like Kawaii. I think this is an awesome lace leaf that I think is going to hit the market and really get to running once people start to realize what it does out there in the landscape. Yellows, oranges, and reds in the fall. Slow growing, 3 foot by 4 foot in 10 to 15 years. The original sensu isn't much bigger than that, and maybe close to 20 years old. Amazing, cool tree you need to add to your garden.
Okay, guys, got to give a little shout out to Corbin here for the Reticulation Nation. We're coming at you next with Acer palmatum, Phantom Flame, reticulated. But man, the spring interest, those with that red tipping, I mean, there's not many others like that give off like this with that form, with that reticulation, with those colors. Fantastic tree.
It's almost like Sumagaki X First Ghost, where you get a more pronounced purple border that's very thick with some really strong reticulation. 4 to 5 feet in height and width in 10 years. This is a slow grower. Don't overwater it. Make sure it has good drainage. Those are some critical things with Phantom Flame. But it goes yellows to oranges in the fall. The colors that this thing can provide with that purple border that's so thick in the spring, with this unique shape because it's very semi-pendulous, it's not going to be an upright tree. It's going to be upright and semi-pendulous. So the branches sort of arch outwards. And you can see that with some of these 3 gallons. See these shapes already starting to make that upright yet semi-pendulous nature.
Great sizes, ready for the landscape. You don't want to miss out on this, guys. Make all your neighbors envious come spring and all through the summer. Get you one today.
Guys, if you like beefy trees, we got some beefy 3 gallons of Acer palmatum Waveleaf. Waveleaf is a selection that Talon Buchholz originally wasn't going to make. He had his Rising Stars, and his Rising Stars are Japanese maples that were seedlings. And he had some of these seedlings that were eventually, he would sell off to garden centers all around the country as just seedling Japanese maples. Everyone that visited came and started asking particularly for Waveleaf. And after everyone started asking for it, he started to look at it and say, what's so special about Waveleaf? And when you start to look at it, it is very awesome. In the early spring, it has a metallic sheen across the leaf that sort of is glossy. It's attractive. You walk up to it and you're like, man, I want that one. It's in that purple ghost vein of trees where you have some nice shades of lavender to purple with good strong reticulation. This tree, as it matures too, the leaves start to get these twists in the leaves. And that's where this one got the name Waveleaf, was that twisting in the leaves. This is a very unique purple reticulated Japanese maple. If you don't have it, you're going to want it. It's an improved version of Purple Ghost. It's an improved version of many of those purple reticulated Japanese maples. That's just super attractive.
And I just got to show this off. I hope you all can see it in there. Look at the forms on these, the shapes on these. They are absolutely fantastic. Great sizes, ready for that landscape. And like you say, when I first came across this, I thought it was like, oh, is this just another Purple Ghost? And then I hear the story like you just told about Talon, that like, oh, at first, and then people came. But this is also one of those that has a special, when you walk in, when this first leaves out in spring and you walk into a greenhouse, this is another one of those that screams. You can find it anywhere. And you see that like, oh, I see it. It's not the same. It is different. It's a different type of veining. It's a different type of purple. It's not the same. And again, just those shapes, the sizes of these, just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, great size 3 gallons today, guys. Make sure you check out quickly. Our website doesn't hold it for you till you complete that checkout process. Again, we hope to see you here on Labor Day itself, 8 to 4. That's the Monday, Labor Day Monday. That weekend is the Apple Festival here in Hendersonville, so you can have some good time at the Apple Festival on Saturday and Sunday, and then come to Mr. Maple on the Monday itself. Guys, we'd love to have you here. It's going to be a blast. And as always, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.